Morning, Wale. I can see you're tuned in. Um, yeah, I mean I've currently just opened another trade on the GBP New Zealand dollar. It's a short trade on that one. Still got my trade on the pound yen still open, as you can see. I haven't really closed that, but I will be closing that trade sometime today because I'm never gonna let my position run into Friday because I don't trade on Fridays. So at some point, this position is going to be closed today. Could end up being a break-even trade. It might end up being a profitable trade, but yeah, we just have to wait and see what the market is going to do. But usually with the day trading strategy, I expect the market to just kind of gradually all the way up. Um, but obviously tomorrow we've got the Bank of Japan with their monetary policy tomorrow morning, so I wouldn't be surprised if this market ends up going down at some point from later on today into tomorrow morning. So we might get this move down because normally this is the way this kind of patterns, the day trading patterns behave. The 3.1 negative. Once we get this move on Tuesday, the market will slowly consolidate or crawl back up to the highest price of the week before it drops. So currently got the long trade on the pound yen, and I've got the short trade on the pound New Zealand dollar. This one I took a short position earlier today based on my runner strategy. And obviously, if you guys were with me yesterday, I had a couple other trades on the runner strategy, which both ended up being a winning trade. I think I did stream a little bit during the New York session, just to kind of before the New York session yesterday, just to show how I closed the position. So I've closed both of those trades, I think, for a profit of 77 pips and 76 pips on those positions. So we'll see how today is gonna go. Like with this one as well, I aim to close it at some point today. I mean, the runner strategy, they'll always close my runner strategy before New York sessions anyway. So the last day of trading, and for me, Morning guys, welcome to the live trade if you're just joining. So I still got my position, one of my positions from yesterday, in the pound yen. Obviously based on this strategy with this trade, it's not like the runner strategy which I open and close on the same day. As the other two trades that I had open yesterday, I closed them just before the New York session. As in I also did a stream before closing them, which lasted for about 5 minutes. So yeah, it was the two position gave me a profit of 77 pips and 76 pips. Just like if I show, yeah, so I've got the 77 and 76 pips there, which brings the total for this month to 11 wins and 3 losses. I've still got 2 trades currently open. I'm going to show you guys, and yeah, net pips just over 1,000 pips. So in terms of like this position here, I will be closing it at some point today. Like I said, for you, those of you guys who are familiar with my trading, I mean, I don't leave my positions on to Friday. They're all going to be closed at some point today, whether break even, whether loss. Yeah, that's just the way. And even tomorrow, considering that we have the BOJ, Bank of Japan monetary policy in the morning, the markets are going to be extra crazy tomorrow if it turns out to be a significant event, like it always is. So the other trade is on the pound New Zealand dollar. I've actually just opened this a few minutes ago. At the start of this, before I started this stream, actually I opened a short position on the pound New Zealand dollar. So what we're seeing right now is just a reaction because the market has come into a support level, a previous structure level. And some people might be like, why you must be crazy selling the market when the market has reached a support level? Normally you should be buying. But guys, there are times where these things don't work, and this is likely going to be one of those scenarios. I mean, ideally, I think the market, I mean, what you have to realize is right now the market is currently making a potential outside return, and that outside return just needs to stay above this. So there's still like places, there's still like, a lot of movement left for the market. Because I expect a reversal. Of course, you would expect reversal any time from when the market touches the 382 retracement, which is right at the top there, and to the market being above the previous outside return, which is going to be the starting point. So you would expect a reversal somewhere there in this zone. But based on my day trading strategy, based on the runner strategy, it's telling me I need to short the market. And I follow my strategy, I follow my plan, and you should too. If you want to be a successful trader, you have to trade your plan. I mean, I've seen the results my strategy gives me, so I cannot just not follow it. But yeah, so I took a short position right on that level there, so we're gonna have to wait and see how the market is gonna behave. But at some point I will be closing my trade today, and like I said, I don't want to go into Friday with the trades open. And the other trade obviously is the pound yen. I took this trade a couple of days ago now, almost 2 days ago. Took it on, when did I take this trade? Tuesday evening? Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday. So it's over a day and a half since I took this trade. I think I took that position somewhere down there, and I explained, for those of you guys who were with me in the live stream yesterday, I did go explain to you guys one of the reasons, I mean a few reasons why I took this trade. And one of them obviously is due to the fact that we've got a structure level here, and even looking at this market on a little bit higher time frame, on the 1 hour time frame, we can see that we do have lots of structural places where that's making this this trade a little bit more. So we've got a structure right there, so there's structure all over the place, on top of the fact that the market is bullish, on top of the fact that, I think one of you guys yesterday mentioned in the chat, the fact that there was a double bottom here. That is an additional reason, but it's not, I don't take the trade based on a double bottom, because those things rarely work. And also obviously we had another reason, the fact the market hasn't broken this previous structure, which technically tells you that this is just a corrective pattern, and a corrective pattern. If the market is coming into a consolidation at the top of this range, then we know what happens when the market was in consolidation. It bounces between two ranges, right? So there is a potential the market could go all the way to the top there. Even though with Bank of Japan monetary policy tomorrow, I don't see that happening. So that's why I'll be out of the trade. So I mean, we don't. You can never predict what's gonna happen after the monetary policy. You might get a move that breaks its top. You might get a move that comes back down. So that's why it's always, good to be out of the trade before anything like that happens. So as we look at this trade, guys, pound. Yeah, this is the one that's going to be a little bit tricky, but rules are rules, right? So let's see. This is one of the trades I took yesterday. I took this trade yesterday. It gave me a profit of 77 pips. And you can see what the market did yesterday. It went up completely. So we might get the opposite of that today. And usually, I mean, if you understand trading, I'll give you a little bit of a tip here. Thursdays are usually the move the market makes on Thursdays. 60 to 70% of the time are the opposite to the move the market makes on Wednesdays. That's on the currency pairs that I trade. I don't know about other currency pairs. Don't try to apply that to everyone. Talking about on pound, on the pound pairs mostly. So anytime any movement the market makes on a Thursday, the market tends on a Wednesday the market tends to make the opposite move on a Thursday, and that's an additional reason why I took this short position. So it's not solely based on, like I said, every single one of my trades is not based on just a single strategy. There's a lot of things that goes into it. But yeah, so that's one tip for you guys. You can go on and do your research, and you're gonna see how the market behaves on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and you're gonna see the complete 60% of the time is the complete opposite. So yesterday we had an up move yesterday. Today we're probably gonna get a down move. Which is why it's a little bit. This one is going to be a little bit tricky because yesterday we had an up move, and so yeah, the market might just consolidate here. And obviously, like I said, I will be closing my position at some point today, just regardless of what my trade is at. And I'll be making a video on this trade. Like I said, I mean, you're probably gonna have to keep your eye on my YouTube channel over the next few days. I will be uploading the video, which is gonna show you all the analysis. I mean, you've already seen the analysis. I've already shown you all the analysis that I've done before taking this trade. So anyway, I think I'll be doing some analysis. this guy. So I'm going to be looking at other currency pairs, just to kind of do some analysis. Wow, this trade is like I said, this trade I will be aiming to close this trade at some point today. Today being Thursday, obviously I don't want to be entering into Friday with my trades open, and I've got a couple of trades. This one has been open for more than a day now, based on the 3-to-1 negative strategy, and I've also got a trade which I just opened a few minutes ago, and the pound New Zealand dollar is a short position, and this area I just marked out. This is the rule of the outside return. For those of you guys who don't know, can you take a look at dollar Swiss franc? Of course, I can take a look at dollar Swiss franc. Let's go over to, where are you? I think I analyzed this currency a couple, maybe sometime last week, and we do have like a potential. Where is that structure? There was a structure that the market was aiming to get to. There's one here. I'm always gonna keep a line there. So let's go over to the hourly chart and see what the market is doing. Now you can already see the signs that the market is putting in a kind of a reversal structure, because this you can see this channel here. I'll show you so many patterns here with this kind of structure. So with this kind of structure, the market tends to break in this direction. Now obviously we've got an important structure here, so what you're gonna see is, I think the best way to approach this is to wait, because one thing is guaranteed to happen. Definitely you're gonna get a move. Like I said, the market is gonna break to the upside, but how we're gonna get there is a totally different question. I think there's two options that we have to look at here. The first option is, if the market breaks out of this contraction, then it's gonna come back to this previous structure before we go. That's the first and probably the most likely option here. Another second option you need to look at is if the market could just continue in this channel contraction until it gets to this structure, and then you're going to get the break, but that break is still going to be followed by a retracement that will likely, retest the previous structure before we go. So either scenario, this is going to happen, but it's not just a situation where, like, I've seen this market do this so many times, but there's only like, it's not like every single time the market is going to do this. Like, if I was trading this kind of structure, obviously first thing I will do is I will know that the market is going to be heading up. I will know that the market is going to head in that direction. So I will position myself in a way where whichever position I take, whichever position size I open a trade with, I will have it at the back of my mind that I will be expecting this to happen. You see, there's one thing about trading when it comes to the psychology in trading. If you are comfortable being uncomfortable, or until you learn how to be comfortable being uncomfortable as a trader, like, this might sound stupid, but trust me guys, if you're able to take a trade and be like, okay, I expect this trade to be running at a loss, psychologically it's going to set you up in terms of how you're going to manage trades, because there's a lot of people that can't handle losses. The moment they see that their account is going in red, they panic, right? A lot of traders panic. We start to worry. So you need to enter this trade with the expectation, because regardless of what happens, even if this move doesn't happen down, the risk to reward ratio you're going to get on this trade is absolutely crazy. I mean, we're talking about the market going to at least this structure over there, close to 3 to 1. So whatever you do, whatever you risk on this trade, you should be comfortable. If the market decides to turn the other way, you should be very comfortable, but then also knowing the fact that this is the way these kind of structures behave. So yeah, in terms of the dollar Swiss franc, I would say just I expect the market to go up, and then the market is going to go up based on this structure, based on the fact that we're approaching a previous structure low, and based on the fact that how these structures tend to break and in which direction they tend to break. So it's going to be a matter of time before we get that, but it's coming. how you trade it, then it's a totally different story, because you can have two traders who see exactly the same thing, trade this thing, and one of them is still gonna end up losing money, and the other one's gonna end up making money, because some people don't put this move back down to retest the structure into perspective, and when this happens they panic, or maybe they over leverage, they took too much risk. You always have to have a contingency plan, yeah, in trading. You always have to have a plan. You cannot just trade like a blind man. You're welcome, Wale. Me and Wale are gonna be we're gonna start our first lesson today, because he managed to get the course yesterday, so we're gonna start having our lessons soon. Today, actually, hopefully today. If not today, it's gonna be any time he's ready. But yeah, so heading back to this trade now, and I'm gonna analyze other currency pairs as well. But looking at this trade, like I said, one of the things that you have to understand is, when I got this when I got the signal to trade based on my strategy, I know it's going to be a short position. But however, looking at this market, I know that the market has approached a structure level. I know that there's going to be a potential for the market to retrace a little bit. That's going to happen. That's okay. I'm comfortable with seeing my account in minus. Well, when the market starts to because the market is just respecting the structure. It's not that, it doesn't mean that the market is gonna go up. The market doesn't give you, it doesn't make, very rarely do you see the market being perfect. I think I tend to use this a lot, because this is a perfect movement. We had a nice uptrend up, coming back to the structure, just one leg of the move, another one. Yes, this is what you expect the market to do. But the market tends to get very complicated, and there's a lot of factors that play into the role of that happening. So I know that's gonna happen. So let's see how the market is gonna end. Where the market is gonna be as we progress into the day. This is the only one I'm kind of 50-50, because of the fact that I mean, based on the strategy, this market is, you don't expect, the market is not going to come back and break this structure unless maybe tomorrow morning after the Bank of Japan press conference, because this is a corrective structure that tends to break to the downside. But the way these patterns behave is, this break out of this corrective structure doesn't happen until late Thursday or early Friday. Sometimes the market will go all the way back to the opening price before it drops. I can show you so many structures like that. Yeah, so let's try and do some analysis. I'm gonna go over some analysis now. Okay, looks like the pound yen is yeah, we're gonna get this kind of thing all day. I mean, I'll be very lucky. I'll be very surprised if I mean, I'm not gonna be very surprised if the market goes back to where I want it to go back to. But I don't think it's gonna get there by the end of today, because at some point today I'll be out of this trade, guys. Hello guys, welcome to the live stream if you're just joining, and as you can see I've got currently a couple of trades. One of the trades obviously I opened a couple of days, well, almost a couple of days ago, on the pound yen, based on the 3-to-1 negative strategy, and that trade is moving in the right direction, of course, and but I will aim to claim this to close my position by at some time today, because I don't let my trades run into Friday. The other trade I've got open is a short position of New Zealand dollar, pound New Zealand. I took a short position before I started the stream today, so that's the one I'm kind of gonna be closing as well. This one definitely, in terms of the strategy that I'm trading, you know, I aim to close my position before New York session. So this is definitely gonna get closed before New York session, and but yeah, if you do want me to analyze any currency pair, put it in the group chat, live chat, sorry, and I will look at the currency pairs. If you do have any questions related to trading, then please any question is welcome, guys. But yeah, so these are the two trades that I'm currently in. So far this week I've taken 4 trades in total, and yesterday I've closed 2 of my positions in profit, 77 and 76 pips. You can watch the live stream yesterday, and I've currently got the other 2 position. One of them, obviously this one is running at the profit. The other one is just run about break even. So we'll see. This week could end up being with 4 winners, which is gonna put me well above probably 1200 pips for the month. And you can see the consistency, guys. I mean, 14 trades taken this month. I mean, it's actually 16 trades. I haven't closed the other 2 positions, but 11 winners and 3 losses. Last month, 21 trades, 19 winners, 2 losses. 17 trades, 13 winners, 4 losses. 20 trades, 17 winners, 3 losses. So yeah, and for the whole of this month I've streamed all of this trade on YouTube this month. So for those of you guys who have been with me for the since the start, then you would have seen the way I trade. And but yeah, let's see how this like I said, if you do have any currency pair you want me to analyze, then I will definitely have a look at that. Let's see if we do have any news, economic news coming out too. That might give us some volatility, because especially with the UK, the pound, anything that's going to be affecting the pound. Now we don't really have anything on the horizon today. Until 1:30, until an hour before the US session, we have some initial jobless claims on the GDP. Again, that's not really going to affect this currency pair that I'm trading, because it's a USD news. The big one obviously is tomorrow morning, Bank of Japan monetary policy and the conference, the press conference. That's going to shake the markets. Okay, I'm gonna analyze probably the euro dollar and the pound dollar. Let's look at the euro. What has the euro been doing? So the euro has broken structure, so ineffectively this becomes our new outside return. Yeah, because now we have a bullish structure. So we go an outside return. Now we can expect this euro to go up, but obviously we have a reference point here. So if you are to take a long trade on the euro, your stop loss would have to go below here, so which is probably not going to be, I don't think it's going to be a good idea to take a trade on the euro right now. I think you probably have to look for a retracement, because this is our new structure high, so at some point this is going to retrace to somewhere above the starting point, and yeah, but you have to remember that this new structure high hasn't been completed yet, because for a new structure high to be completed, you would have to get a retracement of at least 382 retracement. So until this comes here, then I think we're still in the process of rising on that new structure high. The market is still rising, so we could get the market break higher, and obviously tomorrow being Friday, that could definitely happen. So that's what the pound, what the euro dollar is potentially doing. And we look at the pound dollar as well. This one hasn't broken structure yet. Clearly hasn't broken structure yet, but it looks like, I mean, for those of you guys that trade head and shoulders, this looks like a head and shoulders, no? That looks like a head and shoulders. How have I got this here? But you also have to remember the fact that we had a bullish structure here, where the market hasn't broken the previous structure. So this could still go up and make another high, which is gonna, render that head and shoulders useless, really. So yeah, not much to say on the pound dollar and the euro dollar. Let's go back to my trade, the pound yen, and yeah. So let's see how this trade is gonna play out. I don't know if you guys actually took the pound yen trade with me. I'm curious to know that, because let's go to Okay, I'm actually gonna take a look at gold, because I remember I made some prediction yesterday in terms of gold going up, and I did analyze it in my live stream yesterday. See, again, this is why understanding structure is very, very important, because I pointed out yesterday that this here, what the market did here, going above the previous outside return by an inch, that was the sign of communication to the market, of the market trying to communicate to you traders. And there's a lot of traders who don't even understand the language of the forex market. That's the market communicating to you, telling you that I'm done being bearish. Because if you look at this market from there, we can see that the market has been bearish, you know. Yeah, we got a bearish market here, bearish structure, back to back bearish structure, bearish market. And then this move here that comes above the previous structure, that's the market telling you, listen, I'm done in this sequence. If you think I'm gonna keep making moves like this, then you're wrong, because this is the sign that I've given you that, listen, I'm about to change into a different phase. But just because this happens doesn't mean the market is just gonna go completely. If the market does that, it will be so easy for traders. Trading will be a very, very easy game. If the market will do that, it will be very easy. Because you can just say to yourself, okay, break of structure, up we go. But once the market breaks the structure, it always retraces. 9 times out of 10 the market will retrace. And this retracement is something that nobody, there's no, you can make an analysis that will predict with maybe like 60-70% accuracy where the retracement is going to end. But you're hardly going to make an analysis to be accurate on where the retracement is going to end. Because once we started retracing, I think on Monday I said, potentially we have a reverse head and shoulders here, where we can see that the market potentially reversing. But you can see what happened. The market did respect the head and shoulders. It did. And then it came back down. Sometimes you might be expecting the market to come back to retest the structure, but it didn't retest the structure. It didn't respect the head and shoulders. But still, the market starts to go in that direction. And I told you last time I analyzed this concept, we are going to get a move higher. Because even on a higher time frame, gold is bullish on a higher time frame. You see, this is all about understanding structure. And there's a lot that's been happening here. I mean, I've made a video on a trade about this. And, you know, we had a 1, 2, 3 structure. We had a contraction here. And bearish structures, bearish market, an advanced pattern. And there's a lot of things happening. Every single time the market makes, that's what you know, guys, I mean, I'm always going to say this in terms of like your structure knowledge. If you want to be a trader, we really need to understand structure. Because every single thing that the market does can be explained. You can explain every single thing that the market does. You know, if you understand structure. And I'm not talking about things like resistance and support, double bottom, double tops. That's not going to help you as a trader. You need a more in-depth knowledge to understand, because some of the big trades that you're going to take, they're trades that are going to require like proper analysis. This was a big trade that I took. It required a huge analysis. Now we see the market slowly crawl back up. And we can look at this market, we can even try to look at it and, you know, further and see what the market has done so far. Right? Impulse leg, outside return. You see how low the outside return came to the previous structure. Impulse leg, new structure high. Outside return. The market just needed to stay above this previous outside return. Now at some point the market will create a new structure high. If this doesn't go and create a new structure high, then you can potentially get another move. This can turn into a complex contraction, possibly coming down to form an advanced pattern. Because we have a swing high to swing low. We've got retracement did we get there? Okay, I don't think we're gonna get an advance because it's a 786 retracement. Yeah, so we're not gonna get an advance pattern because we touched a 786 retracement. If it was just a 618 retracement, we could have had a Gartley pattern. But then again, every single thing the market is doing here can't all be explained. Is there a chance of this market heading down? Because if you look at this whole structure, and you see the reason why this outside return happened. Why did it happen? Because we had a Gartley pattern there, 618 retracement, right? I can, excuse me. Are you willing to bet that that was a 127 extension? Which currency? Which time frame was that on? Are you willing to bet that the market came into the 127 extension before we saw that move? Look at that, right on the money. I was on the 1 hour time, right on the money, 127 extension. The Gartley pattern. Right on the 127 extension. That's what we're getting. This retracement. If you're taking that Gartley pattern, profit, target 1 and target 2 hit in less than 3 hours. So everything the market does, you can explain it once you understand structure. Every single thing. The market doesn't do things without a reason. It really doesn't. Because to the naked eye, people might look at this and just think, oh, this is just an outside return because the market created a new structure high. But to the market, there was an advanced pattern there. So yeah, if you are a new trader, focus on just understanding structure, because that's one thing that's going to help you out in the long run. So let's go back to the trade and see what the market is doing. Not much really. Not much. But anyway, I mean, at some point, like I said, this afternoon I will be closing my trade, and there's going to be a video on this. The video is going to be much shorter, probably 10-12 minutes long, where I give a detailed explanation on why I took this trade, the analysis behind the trade placement, and also on the video I will be closing the trade. So I'm not going to be closing the trade here on the live stream. In the video I'll be closing the trades and try and upload that on YouTube for you guys. And yeah, so the pound New Zealand trade, not much is happening really. You can see that the market has probably finished retesting this trade, given the reaction after retesting this structure. And I won't be surprised if the market comes a little bit lower. Like I said, heading into the New York session, I will be closing my trade. Yeah, so guys, analysis, focus on understanding structure. If I'm going to give any new traders advice out there, that's the foundation that you need. If you have a foundation in structure, none of that, patterns that you see people trading, none of that, all those ascending channel, descending channels, double bottom, double tops, resistance, support. It's good to know those strategies, but that should always be like something that you use additionally. So if I was taking a trade, I mean, I base all my trades are based on, first of all, understanding structure. After that, it comes out to my strategy, and then I look for any other cases for entry. So that's when the resistance, the support, the structure, the double bottom, double tops, all those things come into play. Channel, everything. But yeah, so this one is on break even, of course, and we'll see how the market is gonna behave for the rest of the day. But yeah, I will be possibly ending this stream in 15 minutes, because there isn't really much on the New Zealand dollar. Looks like pound New Zealand dollar is moving. Yeah, still around. Also, one of those things about correlation that people usually tend to talk about, like, don't really believe in that too much, because right now, because if you look at the two trades that I'm in right now, they're completely opposite, right? One of the trades I'm long on the pound, and the other trade I'm short on the pound. And both trades could end up being profitable trades. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna be ending this stream now because there's really nothing to look forward to, but just wait and but hopefully during the or before the New York session or before I close my trades, I will be able to stream it so I can show you guys the results. And however, this one on the pound yen, that's gonna be in the video that I'm currently making. So when I do close that trade as well, I will upload the video on YouTube. So I guess I'll see you guys. Well, next week. Today's for the trading is done for the week. I'll see you guys on my live stream next week, I guess.